Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So we're going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. I'm going to be reading for 24 hours straight. I am very nervous. I've never really done one of these. I've done the timer method and I've also done a Halloween 24-hour readathon, but I only really read graphic novels and I went over the time and I didn't try to stay up late. So this is the first time I'm gonna be trying to stay up late and read within 24 hours and read hopefully a lot of books. I don't know. I'm very nervous because I feel like a lot of the 24-hour readathons I watch, people usually read like 4, 5, 6 books and I just can't read that much. I'm a very slow reader. It takes me a long time to read a book. So I'm nervous about how much I'm going to be able to finish in that time. And I don't want to disappoint anyone. But I'm going to try really hard to read a lot and also just read what I can. I'm not going to like pressure myself to reading more than I'm capable of. But yeah, I'm very excited. This is probably a bad day to start a 24-hour readathon because I'm very tired. My cat woke me up at 4 a.m. to literally just stare at me. Like he just sat there and stared at me and I couldn't get back to sleep until like 7 a.m. So yeah, it's definitely not the best start to a 24-hour readathon, but I was set on doing it today because I have been wanting to do a 24-hour readathon since December. I was planning to do one in December, but then I pushed it back to January and then I pushed it back to February and now it's the end of March and I have to do it. I have really wanted to do a 24-hour readathon, but it's just very daunting. So I'm excited and I'm nervous, but hopefully this goes well. I have a TBR. So 2 of the books I want to read are on Kindle Unlimited. The first book is Eclipse of the Crown. This is the 3rd book in a series. It's called the Villains and Virtues series. I think I'm like halfway through that book. I've been reading it throughout March. I'll explain more once I get into it, once I read it, but I'm hoping to finish that book in this video. I also want to read Behind the Net. This is a sport romance that is extremely popular. I've been wanting to read it since it became popular and I thought a 24-hour readathon is the perfect time to read it because I feel like it'll be a very easy book to read and I've just heard amazing things about it. So I'm very excited to see what the hype is all about. And then I also have some manga I want to read. I have Horimiya volume 4, 5 and 6. I've been slowly making my way through this series. I started the series in January, I think, and it is a romance manga. There's also a show which I haven't watched, but I want to watch it after I finish the series. But it's just very, very sweet and it's set in like high school. I feel like this would be a nice break from the other books I'm reading. I don't know if I'll read anything else in this readathon. We'll have to see. It is currently 12 p.m. and I think I'm gonna start at 1 p.m. And then go to 1 p.m. the next day. Like I said, I'm gonna try and stay up late, but I do have insomnia. So I take sleeping meds to sleep at night. If I don't take them, I won't sleep. So I'm kind of battling whether I should just pull an all-nighter or if I should try and stay up really late and take them. But if it gets to like 3 a.m. and I take my sleeping meds, I won't sleep anyways. So I have to like plan it out. 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. is probably the latest and then I'll be able to sleep. But I'm also like, maybe I should just stay up all night anyways. But that's probably a really bad idea. When I pull an all-nighter, it disorients me for like a few days. And I know they're also just not healthy because at night I get really tired and it's hard for me to read. But then, you know, when you get to that point where you're so tired you're not tired anymore, I feel like that would be really beneficial for this because then I'd be able to read. We'll have to see when it comes to it. I'll get back to you guys once it's 1 p.m. and we'll start this readathon. Yeah. I'll see you then. Okay, it's 12:58 and we're gonna start soon. But I opened my stopwatch and I realized I still have my timer set up from last time I did a readathon. Why did I only get to 23? I don't know. We're at 12:59. As soon as it hits 1, we will start. I'm using the timer just to see how far in we are as we go, to see how many hours we've been in the readathon. Oh, okay, it's 1. Okay, I'm gonna start with Behind the Net. I'm reading it on Kindle Unlimited. I don't have a Kindle, so I read on my iPad or my phone. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know what this book is about really. Like I've heard stuff about it, but I haven't really retained a lot of that knowledge. I think they used to go to high school together and they might have had a crush on each other, but now she's his assistant and I think he plays hockey. And apparently the guy is like really sweet, and that's all I know, but I will explain more once I get into it. There is content warnings right at the start, so if you want to read this book, check the trigger warnings, please. Okay, I'm on page 29 and we're 57 minutes in. I told you I was a slow reader. I think I read like one page every 2 minutes. Anyways, I'm enjoying it. I'm not really into it so far. I mean, I'm only like 30 pages in, so I don't really expect to be really in it so far. I'm sorry if you can hear noise outside. Someone's like mowing their lawn or something. But basically, Jamie is a hockey player. He is famous, everyone loves him, he's grumpy, and his mum struggles with depression and anxiety, and she recently had a car accident that was caused by a panic attack, and so he has moved back to his hometown to play hockey for Vancouver and to make sure he can look after his mum. And he's set on not having any distractions, on being focused on playing hockey, making sure he can stay in the Vancouver team and to also look after his mum. But then he stumbles across a homeless dog. He doesn't want to take it in because he doesn't have the time for it. He doesn't want to be distracted, but he just has to. Also, the dog's name is Daisy, which is so cute because I have a dog named Daisy. She doesn't live with me. She lives at my mum's house, but she's like my childhood dog and she's adorable, so that just makes me so happy. And so he decides he needs an assistant to help look after the dog since he has such a busy schedule. And his assistant ends up being Pippa, and Pippa and him went to school together, but they both think that they don't remember each other. Like, Pippa remembers Jamie, but she thinks he doesn't remember her. And Jamie remembers Pippa, but Jamie thinks that Pippa doesn't remember him. And they both had a crush on each other, but they didn't know, obviously, and they didn't like talk to each other at all. Pippa was 2 years younger than him, and she was like dorky in the band club, and he was like a jock and popular and all this stuff. And he is very grumpy and cold. So Pippa is his assistant now, and it starts off really cute because Pippa is like so nervous because she had a big crush on him, and then Jamie sees her and is like, oh my god, it's Pippa. And he comes across so like blunt and rude, but he's really like freaking out and he doesn't know how to talk to her, and it's so funny and also so cute. I feel like this is a type of story I've wanted to read for quite a while, but I feel like not many books are written like this, where the guy has such a big crush on her that he doesn't know how to talk to her, but he's also like famous and hot and everything, so you'd think he wouldn't be like that with girls, but he's has such a big crush on her that he's like, oh my god, how do I talk to her? And yeah, and it's so cute so far. I feel like there's going to be a lot of sad stuff in this book as well that the characters are going to go through, since Jamie is dealing with his mum's conditions and Pippa went through a breakup. Her ex-boyfriend was an arsehole, and he's also like a kind of a famous singer. And now she's living with her sister and she desperately needs this assistant job so she can move out. I'm excited to see where this goes, and yeah. I actually have some chores to do which I wasn't expecting, so I'm going to try and do them as quickly as I can and then get back to reading. And I'm also going to make lunch as well because I'm so hungry. But so far, so good. I'm now on page 58 and we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Pippa has now moved in with Jamie, so now we have close proximity, although they don't really spend a lot of time together because Jamie is so busy. And I'm waiting for him to say more than 2 words, and grunting, but I think we're getting somewhere now because he's just said we should get to know each other. So hopefully we're gonna get some more, but I am still liking it. Like, I don't have much more to say. I'm only 60 pages in. The next time I update you, I will wait until I'm a lot further in. Hi guys, I'm trying to film in a different area of my room because I feel like I'm always filming in the same spots. But that has like the best lighting over there. I don't know. I'm trying. Also, my cat is in the background and he looks so funny. This is his leg sticking out. He didn't like that. I'm at 5 hours and I'm on page 135 and I'm still enjoying it, but I feel like I'm not that invested in the characters. I'm not feeling that connected to them, and I'm not that interested in this. Oh, I am interested in the story, but I'm not like obsessed with it. It's probably right now a 4-star book. I feel like it's just not that interesting to me. Like, I'm having a great time, I'm liking the romance, I'm liking the characters, but I feel like it's just missing something. But like, that being said, I read romance constantly, so it makes sense if a romance book isn't that exciting to me. Since I read them all the time, I need something really good to really capture my attention and to have me obsessing over it. But I can definitely see why everyone loves this book, but to me it's not that interesting. And they've already revealed to each other that they remember each other from high school, which I expected to happen later on, but I feel like I'm saying I feel like so much. I say I feel like and like all the time, and so and but. I'm trying to stop, but I can't. Anyways, and I say anyways a lot. Okay. I don't know if it's that noticeable, but when I edit, I pick up on it so much and I'm like, oh my god, just shut up. You're so annoying. Anyways, I hope you didn't hear my stomach just then. It just grumbled. Okay. What was I saying? I don't know. Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's not my favorite. I'm just not hooked on the story, but I'm enjoying it and I'm reading it. I'm getting tired. It is 6 p.m. Hopefully I finish the book tonight. I've never read a book in one day except for like graphic novels, but I don't really think that counts. Like, I've never read a novel in one day ever. If I do, I'll be really proud of myself. Yeah, I'm hoping I finish it tonight and then hopefully we can do a different book. I'm so tired. I really don't want to make dinner, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Like, I want to focus on reading, but I'm also hungry. I don't know, and I don't want to order food because I don't want to spend my money. I'll have to figure something out. Let's get back to reading. Kind of act like a caveman, and not in a hot way. Like, he just keeps grunting and just like barking things. Apparently it's putting me off. See, he was being a dick and he's grunting and he's being blunt, just being very cold, and then he does something nice. Pippa is like, oh my god, he's so sweet, he takes so much care of me and stuff, which he does, but like, he was just being an asshole. If I was in that situation, I'd still be annoyed. I wouldn't let go of it that quickly. But maybe that's a me problem. I don't know. Because like, he's very sweet, he's very caring, and he obviously cares a lot about her. But like, why does he have to be a dick and be rude? Like, I couldn't deal with that. I'd be so annoyed and that would just put my mood down. But I know it's obviously going to get better he's not going to be like that all the time anymore, I assume. But yeah. So we are 8 hours in. My makeup is coming off. My hair is oily. I look like a mess, but I guess it wouldn't be a 24-hour readathon if that wasn't the case. So we're just gonna deal with it, and I'm not gonna get self-conscious or insecure. That's not gonna happen. No, 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 no. I'm on page 202, so I'm now 50% through the book, and I've just realized it's taken me 8 hours to read half of the book. So by that logic, it's gonna take me another 8 hours to finish the book. So now I feel very unmotivated, but I'm not tired, which is a good thing. I'm not tired. I'm drinking soft drink, so that's probably why. The book, I feel like there's so much spice in it. We've only just gotten to the first like spicy scene, but I feel like there's been so much talk about it throughout the whole book. They have so much physical attraction to one another, which is normal in most romance books, but I feel like that is the focus in this book instead of each other's personality and stuff, which they do like really like each other's personality, but I feel like that's just not as big as a focus in this book, which if you prefer books like this, that's totally fine. But I expected this book to be a lot different, and I typically prefer books that are focused more on their personalities and stuff and love, and not just the physical stuff. I don't know, but I feel like this book is just really spicy, and they're just focusing a lot on their physical attraction to one another. And when it started out, there was like this focus on the crushes they had and them realizing they still have a crush on each other. And so that was so cute, but I feel like there's just been such a big focus on their physical attraction. I'm not hating it. If I was really not liking it, I would DNF it. Yeah, I'm just not really liking it like I thought I would. And I want really badly to like it, but I'm just not liking it. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know. So far, I'm leaning towards a 3.75 as my rating. But we'll see. I hope it doesn't take me another 8 hours to finish this book. But also, I have not been distracted by my phone or my iPad, which I am so proud of myself because I literally watch YouTube constantly. My screen time for YouTube is insanely high. I literally watch YouTube on my iPad throughout the entire day when I'm doing anything, and so that usually distracts me a lot when I need to be doing stuff like editing a video or reading a book. It distracts me so much, and I'll have nothing to even watch on YouTube. Like, I'll be refreshing so many times to find a video to watch when I could be reading instead or doing something else. And so I'm happy I've actually been able to put it down, and I haven't watched a single YouTube video since I've started this readathon. I did watch a few before I started the readathon, but like, I have to, you know? It's an addiction. I start the morning watching YouTube, I go to sleep watching YouTube, I eat lunch watching YouTube, I do everything watching YouTube. And I haven't gone on my phone either, I don't think, which isn't as big as a problem for me. Anywho, I'm gonna continue reading. Obviously, what else would I do? I don't know if I'll finish it tonight. Maybe I should go to sleep when I finish it. The thing is, if I go to sleep late, I'm gonna wake up really late, which isn't ideal for this challenge. So I'm like, should I just not sleep? Even though that'll be terrible for me. Also, my makeup is feeling so gross on my skin and I want to take it off. But I get so self-conscious when I film without makeup on. For some reason, I just hate how I look when I film without makeup. Like, in real life, I don't mind. And then when I go to edit it, I just hate how I look. And it's so annoying. I wish I didn't think that way, but it makes me so mad. But I can't help it. I'm gonna get back into reading. Hi guys, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. The time is 11. So I finished Behind the Net last night. I finished it at 12 a.m. and I think I was 11 hours in, and I'm rating it a 2.5 stars. Yeah, I did not enjoy that book at all. I enjoyed the start and that's about it. The last 30%, I pretty much skimmed it. I was considering DNFing it, but then I was like, I'm already at like 70%. I might as well finish it. But even that, I was like, I don't like this at all. So I was just skimming the rest. It just wasn't for me. I didn't like either of the main characters. They're just very bland to me. Jamie had like the personality of a brick. There was so much spice, which I don't mind spice. I even like spice, like I like it. But there was just so much that it was just annoying. There was also so many cringy lines, so many, where I was laughing just because of how cringy it was, not because I found the book funny. I was laughing out of cringe. So I don't know, it just really wasn't for me. It reminded me of Icebreaker. I DNF'd Icebreaker because it was just so heavy on the spice and I felt like there wasn't much plot, and I feel the same about this book. And like, yeah, I didn't like either of the characters and the writing was just so bleh, you know. And his nickname for her was Songbird, which at first I was like, oh, that's cute, but then after a while it's just really cringy. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't into it. The dog was cute and that's about it, really. I wanted to read the second one, The Fake Out, but I don't think I'm going to now. I don't think Stephanie Archer's writing is for me, but that's okay. And I always feel so bad when I don't like a book that a lot of people love, especially like people I'm friends with, because I feel like I'm being mean by not liking it, but I can't control what I like. Reading is very subjective, but I can't help but feel bad. Anyways, so yeah, it is 11 a.m. I did wake up late because I was so tired, but we're gonna continue reading. I'm gonna start reading Eclipse of the Crown. What page am I on? I'm on page 241. So I've been reading this book throughout the whole month. This is the third book in the series and the last book. So I'm not excited to end the series because I've really liked this series. The first book I rated a 4.75. The second book a 4.5. And this one so far has been also really good. It is a fantasy romance. The male main character is half demon, half human. And the female main character is a human. And they start off as enemies. And then things progress and it's a really good slow burn romance and it's so sweet. The male main character, Damien, he's supposed to be like he's supposed to be evil basically, but Emma, the female main character, is turning him good, even though he's really been good all along. But just his character development and everything and how much he cares for Emma, and he believes that demons can't feel love. That's what he's been taught his whole life, but he's starting to believe differently, and it is the sweetest thing. The things he does for Emma, it's so cute. And Emma is also like the sweetest character. She is so cute. She's very determined and she cares about people and things so much, and yeah, it is very sweet. And I also love the world. The world is very interesting. There's different planes of the world. There's like the ethereal, which is like fae. There's like the human land, even though there's a lot of non-human creatures there. There's like is it the eternal plane? I can't remember what it's called, but like the evil one. They go traveling throughout all these books and it's so interesting, all of the different places they travel. It's also a really funny book. Like, I've laughed so much. And yeah, and all the creatures and people they've met are so interesting and fun, and the journeys they go on is so much fun. So yeah, that's to say I'm really enjoying this series and I'm sad for it to end, but I also want to see the conclusion I want. I'm going to continue reading it. Hopefully I can finish it. I mean, if it goes past 24 hours and I'm not finished the book, I guess I might as well just try to finish it today anyways. I did want to stay up last night, but when I got to like 12 p.m. and I had finished... Oh wait, no, it would have been 12 a.m. Anyways, when I finished Behind the Net, I was just so tired. I couldn't comprehend reading a book at that time, so I'm glad I went to sleep. And I tried to set an alarm for 8, but then I went back to sleep, so... But we're going to continue reading. Hopefully my coffee wakes me up. Just realized I should show what hour we were at in the readathon. Oh, we're at 22 hours. Okay. We have 2 more hours. Oh no. What's wrong with my voice? Okay, we made it to 24 hours. I made it to page 297 and I have about 150 pages left. So I'm gonna continue reading anyways. And I'll update you guys when I finish the book. So in the 24-hour readathon, I read 1 book and 60 pages of another book. So like 10%, which isn't a lot. So did I fail? I don't know what counts as failing. I'm gonna say I didn't fail since I finished a whole book, and that is a lot for me. I've never finished a book in a day until yesterday when I finished Behind the Net, so I'm gonna count this as a win. I didn't get to read any of the manga, but that's okay. I'm really enjoying Eclipse of the Crown. It's getting very interesting and we're getting very close to the end. So I'm very excited, and I'll update you guys when I finish that book. I'll put how many pages I read on the screen in total. I know it's not a lot, I guess, compared to other booktubers that do 24-hour readathons, but I am very proud of myself for reading that much, because usually like 200 pages a day is my limit. I'm proud of myself. And I'm actually not that like exhausted as I thought I'd be. Like when I think of doing a 24-hour readathon, I just think of being exhausted and sick of reading, but I feel very motivated to read more. Like I just want to keep on reading, and I love that feeling. I love the feeling of being obsessed with reading because it's just fun. I don't know how much longer it's going to take me to finish this book, but we'll have to see. Hi guys, so it's now 8 p.m. and I just finished Eclipse of the Crown. I'm gonna give it a 4.75. It's almost a 5 stars, but not quite. I feel like my reasons for not giving it a 5 stars are spoiler, so I'm not gonna say anything, but overall I highly recommend this series. Please read it, it's so good. I think my overall ratings of it would have been higher if I read them quicker. The first book I read within like a few days, but then the second book took me like a month and a half to read because I was reading it while I was reading other books. So I was filming videos where I read certain books and then I was reading the second book to the side. Like I'd read some of it while I went to sleep. And so I was really enjoying it, but I guess I didn't remember all of the stuff I really enjoyed since I was reading it at separate times. Like I wasn't fully in the story, I guess. And it felt like it was taking me so long to read since I was reading it over a long period of time. And the second book took me the third book took me all of March to read because I was reading it on the side. But like overall, I really enjoyed it. Like I loved it. Like I loved it. Overall, the whole series is a 5-star series to me. I don't know, they all were just so good, but they all weren't quite 5 stars. I don't want to say anything more because I'm going to spoil, but please read this series. The first book, the first like 50 pages are super confusing, but as you keep reading it makes more sense, and it's so worth it for the romance. The romance is so good and it's just such a fun series. Like I laughed so much. I don't know, and the world is so cool. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. I'm sad I finished it. Oh no. Maybe I should give the book 5 stars. But that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful for you watching my video, for you supporting me. If you want to, you can subscribe and like this video. It really helps me out. Comment this flower emoji if you made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.